Hey crafty people, welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome to my channel. It is time for the full deck challenge for week 17, and our prompts are scallop, dots / spots, white, napkin, green, tab, numbers, blending. And I pulled out a piece of napkin that's got a green butterfly on it. So let's see. I think we're just gonna do that. All right, let me bump the camera. Grab a water brush. We can tear this apart. Did not put enough water on or took too long and it dried. Save that, put that back in my stash, bring this piece over, and we will get part of the butterfly on. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to go down far enough that all of the little yellow butterfly is on? See which we like better. That's option 1. Option 2 is get more of the green butterfly on. So if you're trying to decide something and it's like hanging off and you can't really visualize it, grab some white pieces of paper and block off what's going to end up being cut off, and it'll help you there. Don't love that. With this because I want to bring in a stencil that does circles for our dots / spots, and so I can always cover up that butterfly with that. All right, let me grab my brush, my matte medium, and try and get it on kind of about how we have it. I'm going to set this aside and let it dry completely, and then we will come back and move on to the next step. And I'm going to go wash this off because you don't want to let your brush sit with glue on it, otherwise you'll turn it into a brick. But if you do forget to clean off your brush promptly, tip is to soak it in some Murphy's oil soap, and that will loosen up the glue and you can clean it out and bring your brush back to life. So let me go clean up and I'll be back. Okay, it is dry, so we are gonna grab some scissors and trim away the excess. Then I've got a Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stencil. It's THS138, and I want to add some bubbles on here. And I've also grabbed Distress Texture Paste Translucent, and we're going to add to those some Crushed Olive Distress Embossing Glaze, which is also translucent, so I figured that would be kind of cool looking on here. Let me grab a mat. few spots where I got like partial bits that I don't really want. So I'm gonna grab another palette knife, scrape off the ones I don't want. Although I may have to stop and get my dogs, which is... Lid back on, grab a piece of paper to catch the excess, tweezers to hold on to it. We are gonna just add some crushed olive embossing glaze. I've got some embossing glaze sticking in the middle, so I'm going to grab a soft brush. That one's probably a little big. And brush it off. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it dry because it should be a little easier to brush off when I don't have to worry about messing up the texture paste. As I sit and still fiddle with it, she says. Alright, I'm going to set this aside and let it dry completely. Now, you could emboss at this point, in which case what would happen is you'd get bubbling up because the paste is still wet. I don't particularly want that for this piece, so I'm gonna let it dry completely, and then once it's fully dry, we can emboss to bring back the translucency of the glaze. So, I'll be back. Okay, so we are dry, and we are going to emboss. Just gonna see if there's some spots I might wanna brush off first. All right, let's straighten that back out. And so now we have got shiny embossed spots. And I do want to do a tab, so I pulled out a piece of scrapbook paper I had in like a scrap pile, and I've got a We Are Memory Keepers tab punch, and I'm gonna fold this in half, and I'm hoping it'll punch through. Here's the problem what I run into. That is, I need the fold to be here, I think. Because, right. This is the one I always end up spending forever trying to remember how to do it so that I can have a folded over tab. And it's that is not short enough. Oh yes, it is. Okay, there we go. So I'm lining it up here so you can see better, so that the folds just a little bit below where it's going to cut. Good grief. Let's go. So now we've got a tab that will go on like that. Now, I think to pull it into the colors that are on the tag a little bit better, I am gonna grab some crushed olive and ink this up. I think that works better color-wise. And I'm gonna put it over here because the napkin got kind of janky on that side. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm also gonna grab a dauber and ink the edges on it, which will make it even a little more, which will make it darker. Boy. Decide, do I like that side better or that side better? I think I like that side better. All right, let's go ahead and glue it on. I think I am gonna grab a clamp and clamp that on because it's so uneven because of the embossing glaze, or yeah, the embossing glaze and the texture paste, and clamp it on there. Let's put a little guy over here. Just give it a little bit of time to catch. All right, now I pulled out some stuff that I was thinking about possibly using on here because I've got some butterflies from when I made butterflies for the butterfly journals that I've been doing. I'm kind of liking that, even though it covers up, but then you've got the butterfly on the tissue kind of expanding this guy. This is option 1. This guy's option 2. I think I like that one better. And then creating another butterfly would be option 3. And I pulled out it's option 3. I think I really like this one. I think I really like this guy on here. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna give a little curve and bend to the wings a little bit to give it a little bit more dimension. I think we're gonna glue him on like that. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, let's glue that down. Hopefully that's on. Yes. All right, I think that the tab needs some decorating. I want to put an eyelet in it, so let's start with that. All right, so I've got out my eyelets. I've got out my crocodile. Let's punch a hole in the corner here. Put an eyelet in. And then let's add a bulb pin. And I think what I want to do on that is some fibers. So I've grabbed out my little tub of fibers. Let's use, I think, a little bit of this. And maybe a little bit of that. I'm going to toss in a little bit of yellow. Just to play on the yellow on the butterfly. So what I'm going to do is grab a strand of this and let's double this. just trying to decide how I want to do this. I think we're gonna go let's take this off. Go like so, and this is my bead easy. I don't think this is gonna work. We shall see. All right, let's pull the threads through the bulb pin, and then through the loop I made. Okay, so that should work. Yes, and then you can add the bulb pin back on. Hang off like that. Yeah, I like that. It's fluffy. Now I do want to do a little collaging on here. We're gonna go with that, but we're gonna rip it down a little bit because it's too big. And I did pull out, since I had the butterfly out, I figured we might as well stick with the butterfly on the tab as well. Keep it on theme. And then this 10, which was stamped on like green dyed paper, but again, not quite the right green. So let's pull over our ink. Okay, I forgot to put the lid on that ink, and now I have ink all over my hand. Okay, let me go wash my hand off before I get ink everywhere. And then we'll come back and fill out our sheet and call this one done. Okay, so let's fill out our paper and our backing piece. And so we did dot / spots, napkin, green, tab. Oh, and we do have some numbers on there. Let me give you a closer look. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.